Head coach of the London Beefeaters, Gavin Lake, joins us for a couple of minutes. Gavin, congratulations on first the Ontario Conference Championship and then hosting the Canadian Bowl.
Ryan, thanks very much. It's been a few years since we chatted, and I'm excited to talk to you again. The OFC is kind of on the other side of the prairies, so we don't get a lot of the spotlight. But whenever we get it, we're just really happy that you give us a chance to say hello.
You're definitely getting the spotlight coming up on December the 4th when you host the Canadian Bowl, a place that you have been before, but it's been a while as a member of the coaching staff with the VI Raiders. What do you remember about those days with the Raiders and going to a Canadian Bowl?
You know what? Coach Snoop brought me in, Hadi Abbasi, 2008, would have been December, I guess, of 07 when I came in after a year with the BC Lions. And that would have been, a young Andrew Harris. We had Campbell Antonini, Soup was back, a massive O-line, playmakers across the board defensively, solid receiver group, and an outstanding coaching staff, Doug Hawking. So I just have fond memories, and I tell you, there's been a few gray hairs since that time, but it just seems like yesterday. Yeah,
a few gray hairs with everybody, I think, since those days. I want to take you back to the Ontario final. Boy, what a game! What a finish! Just first of all, you're down 14-0. Really nothing going right for you. 1:59 left in the game. As a coach, what's going through your mind at that standpoint with that score?
Well, I think you have to go back a little bit further. 3-0, more or less at half. Defensively, we did an outstanding job shutting down the 4 All-Canadians on their offense. If you look at the stats, you'll see that it was pretty much a saw-off all the way around. At the end of the day, we had the leading rush game over them, and we had the leading receiver in that game. But the plays just weren't there to finish. We had 3 opportunities to get close, and we didn't finish. So once we got close to the final couple minutes, it was a matter of keeping the sideline composed. Hey, let's wait for a moment. We got to be calm, trust our process. We're doing the right things, and that opportunity, if it shows, we're going to be ready for it.
Boy, the opportunity certainly came, didn't it, with the bad snap and the touchdown on special teams. It must have just injected life and new enthusiasm to the sideline.
Yeah, you know what? That little spark. It's momentum is a fickle animal, right? And the high snap. Then you look at their offensive procedure penalty that put them back into 2nd and long. That was a potential game changer as well. If they're 2nd and short and convert, then suddenly we got to think about our timeouts differently. Then we get the punt back, the opportunity to get it on their side of the field, get a first down, get the sticks moving. And then, of course, the score was Spencer Foster from Clark, seeing him. Fantastic job. And then, you got to look at Matthew Stackhouse coming in cold after 2+ hours standing on the sideline and nailing 2 PATs after, 2 hours plus in freezing weather, just standout performances all across. The coaching staff, can't say enough, just the clock management, the alignment with play calls and selection, and the coordinators did their jobs, the position coaches did their jobs, and the players, they were dialed in. So it was quite the 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Before the game, I had got something from Mark Tressman and said, guys, it's going to be a 57+3 game. Really the last few minutes, if we can just keep it close, we're going to be in this ball game. Well, I had to tell them afterwards, guys, I was wrong. It was actually 58+2. So yeah, you saw that. It was exceptional.
Yeah. And one more play just to rewind. It's 14-14. Get the ball back. The decision to kick the ball through the back of the end zone rather than a field goal. What was the process there?
Yeah, you know what? Essentially, in my mind, and our special teams coordinator Austin Scarpelli does a great job. Essentially, the battery of long snapper to holder at 7 yards, with the kick, with the PAT or the field goal, the lower trajectory, the closer launch point. There's more things that have to happen to have success on that play. We felt with our long snapping ability, with our punt protection, with Leo Centeno, who is a former soccer player, soccer style goalie style kicking, we felt that was a higher percentage play at that time.
Well, it worked out.
One of those things. One of those things. Yeah. Yeah. So outstanding.
You win the game, and then you win the right to host the Canadian Bowl. For the London Beefeaters, never been to the Canadian Bowl. How exciting is it around London and around the Beefeaters organization right now?
You know what, Ryan, I'm glad you said that because, 46 years, I guess the Beefs are from 1975. I think I got it, right here. Yeah. To get this opportunity with the planets aligning, the coaches aligning, the players aligning, the staff, the board, you know what it's like with three conferences, the national semi, the inter-gold. Quite often the winner of the inter-gold is the winner of the national title. Ontario hasn't won since the old AKO franchise in 99. We all know the challenges within each conference to be competitive at the highest level, especially since the Hilltops are such a marvelous program. Sarge has done a tremendous job. Their club, the whole scene. So for London to get this opportunity, especially with the timing coming off the COVID layoff, a lot of good things had to happen. And between newspaper reports, the mayor's office, University of Western, their athletic department, the city supervisors, the athletics facility staff at Western, our coach liaison Nate Caranci did an outstanding job. Just bridging all these dots and just getting a groundswell in the community, and then combine it with Western, with their success not being in town at the same time. So that conflict of interest for that field didn't exist. But Western, as a university, not having outside community groups because of COVID, use the facilities. That was something that, again, that the mayor's office, Christine Stapleton, the athletic director, the president of the school, Greg Marshall, just an effort that's united football in this town.
Which is great. Which is good. That's a great news story in itself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
How are you preparing for this team? You haven't seen the Rams. You've seen film, no doubt. How do you prepare for a defense that doesn't give up a lot of points?
Yeah, Ryan, that's an excellent point. They're exceptional on defense. And anytime, let's face it, they've been knocking on the door for a few years, right? It's been them and the Hilltops, but the last three seasons, not counting the COVID year. They have the talent. They're exceptional across the board. Their coaching is outstanding. They're very disciplined. They have, arguably U Sports class athletes, in multi positions. So, we have to stick with our process. We can't change. This is who we are. How we address games, the bye week, how we address, meetings, preparation, building up to any game. This is following the same script for us. It's got us here, and we're trusting the process. We trust our teammates. We trust our coaches. It's a wonderful group of kids. They love each other. They want the game more for their friend and their teammate than they do themselves. It's a real magic locker room. You
need that, and that builds championship teams, and you're a championship team in Ontario.
You know what? It's something that we look at it as this is the third OFC championship in 46 years, and this is the first opportunity to be seen on the national stage. And we're going to put our best foot forward to do the effort necessary to do it justice. Not taking anything away, like the Hilltops, outstanding program. Regina Thunder, look what they've achieved. The Rams and Okanagan Sun, just epic 3 battles this year with minimal points. There's so many outstanding contenders that could be in this game, and we recognize that, and we have to do our homework to honor them.
CJFL has never played a game in the month of December. This Canadian Bowl is December the 4th. Is weather going to play a factor?
You know what? It's starting to come down now. It's snowing. It's minus temperatures. It will. It will. You've seen weather games before. It's different than putting an install in August when you've got 30 degrees and blue sky. So there's no question that the weather changes everything, and hopefully you're prepared for most of it. And there's going to be things show up that you're not prepared for, and you have to bounce back from.
Yeah. Well, Coach, thanks for your time. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Enjoy the moment, but also realize that it's a national championship game, which I know you do. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Ryan, thank you very much for your coverage. You do a great job and a real service for the CJFL, and you've stayed with it for years. And I don't think people understand the effort that goes into that. So I really appreciate everything you're doing and selling the sport and the kids. It's awesome.
Thanks, Coach.